Hi everyone. Good evening. Welcome to welcome to our YouTube channel. I think that's in a perfect way to to welcome you. Welcome to our YouTube channel. We're having an amazing conversation today regarding cohort three, what to expect, timelines, and so on. But before we dive into the conversation, and also even introduce the amazing guests we have who will have this conversation. I just want everyone to, go ahead to share this YouTube link with everyone in your community. So if you are currently on the call, please do it like, tell everyone that we are live. Go to your Telegram community and share to the community. If you have friends who are thinking of, joining the program or are looking, oh, I don't know if it's the best fit for me. Yeah, this is the proper opportunity for them to understand what the program is all about. So do it like, share the link with them. We'll be using it like next, 2 to 3 minutes to wait for others to join us. Also, if you're currently on the live with us right now, do it like, drop your name and where you're joining from. We just say Timothy joining from Asaba, Nigeria, just like, your name and the city you're joining from. So yeah, so let's use the next 2 minutes to do that, and also like share the link with everyone before we kickstart this amazing session. Yeah, hi Aziz from Play 2. Shaya, it's nice to have you join us. Please do like share the link with your network, with people in your community, um, with friends. Hi Queen, hi Dwayne, hi Amarachi from Enugu. It's great to have you join us. Awesome. From Ikorodu, that's great. Lagos. Okay, Ibadan, that's nice. Lagos again, Port Harcourt. Well, it seems a lot of persons are joining in from Lagos. Other cities, what's going on? Share the link with people in your community. We are up and running. We are live. And it'll be an amazing conversation, right? Talking about, hardcore to, weren't, what to expect from cohort theory. If you were the other be following the program from cohort one to cohort two, you understand that there are so many unique stuff that happen in cohort one, that happen in cohort two, that happen in cohort one, right? So again, what to expect for cohort three? We continue to have knowledge showcase in core three. We'll continue to have weekly reflection in core three. So yeah, those are the various conversations we're having today. And the amazing part about it is you'll be able to ask questions right on the chat, which I'll be asking our amazing speakers. So at this point, if you have been looking for an opportunity for you to talk with the TNT team, for you to ask any question, this is the perfect opportunity for you to do that. So just sit back, listening to our amazing speakers and jot down every question you have, then drop them on the chat. I'm going through the chat and I'll be able to ask our amazing speaker. Hi, Justin from Imo State. Oh, Abdullahi from Yobe, you're welcome. Please do to share the link with your community and everyone so we could have an amazing numbers of persons joining us for this session. So yeah, it's 4:05, exactly 4:05, unless you are joining in from a different country. So maybe you might be in a different time than a different time. But if you are with us in Nigeria, this should be 4:05 for you. Hi, Francis. Can you hear me? Just to make sure that you're here with me. Hi, Helia. Can you hear me?
Yep, we can.
Perfect. I was trying to try how do you call it? Is it phonetic? Well, yeah, let me not kill myself. But yes, uh, um, it's great to have you join us. So I know most of us must have seen the flyer one way or the other. You have come across the flyer, even if before you join this live, you saw the flyer, so you know the people who are joining us on this session. So you have Francis Sani, technical advisor to the minister, and also Aliyah, who is heading communication. So when it comes to everything regarding the program at 3MTT, these are the perfect two people who will be able to answer those questions. So yeah, so I think I'll be asking a few questions, right? Before you all could go ahead to talk briefly about the program and what to expect for core three. So this to you, Francis, right? So why three entity? Why is it being bashed by core one, core two, core three? Why three entity? I think that'd be like a good place to start because again, this might be the first time most people are hearing about 3MTT, just to give like a background about what 3MTT is all about and why 3MTT.
No, thanks for that, Timothy. Timothy, you can hear me good, yeah?
Yeah, perfect. I can.
Perfect. Hi everyone. Pleasure to be here. I've not been on a webinar in quite a bit. And the team has been holding it down. I'm extremely excited to be here and to see people from different parts of the country on today. Um, why 3MTT? 3MTT was one of the first initiatives that the Honorable Minister set up, Dr. Bosun Tijani, within, to be honest, in the very first week of us getting into office after the team was set up. And it's almost as though human capital and the potential of Nigeria and Nigerians is one of the things that we've always said for the longest time has the potential to be able to uplift our nation. When you say what is the unique thing about Nigeria, very often, beyond all of the resources that we have, we say that the biggest resource that we have are the people of Nigeria, right? And in the world today, Nigeria has one of the youngest populations alongside many other African countries. Our median age is about 18 years old. We have over 100 million people under the age of 25. So we're a country of youth and a country of young people. And if we say that, Nigeria has potential, it means that the potential of the country largely lies in the young people. And the ability and the potential for us to build the country of our dreams lies in the ability of the young people. In what ways can we potentially give the young people tools and give them the ability to be able to unlock that potential? Technology is one of the easiest ways in which you can do that. Why? Because unlike other channels, technology has a lower barrier. When we say it has a lower barrier, it doesn't mean you become a technology expert in 1 week or in 3 months or in 6 months. But in terms of barrier to entry, technology is one of those things where, regardless of your background, regardless of where you're from, if you decide today that you want to be able to go into technology or into a technical area, and technology in this instance doesn't mean software, it just means the use of technology and the using of innovation in society. If you decide you want to do that and you want to start something, with technology, the barriers are lower. So if we want to be able to unlock human capital in Nigeria, technology as a tool to be able to do that is important. And what better way to be able to do that at scale than to provide young Nigerians with access to skills that can allow them to become global citizens, that can allow them to be able to create value for the local economy and to be able to create value for the international economy. So to summarize, 3MTT was set up as a platform and an initiative to be able to provide access to young Nigerians, regardless of where you're from, regardless of your age, regardless of, your backgrounds and, the kind of education you've had. If you feel like you're at the point where you want to be able to get access to opportunities and get equipped to be able to participate in the global value chain, to be able to build solutions for local businesses, for your church, for your mosque, for your NGOs, or for local organizations in your community, to be able to solve the problems that you see in your community. This program, the initiative allows you to be able to do that. But also in addition, it equips you with skills that allows you to be globally relevant, right? Allows you to be able to do work for international organizations, for international companies without having to go there. And if some people decide to go and they decide that they want to be able to migrate into other countries, we think that's also a net positive because even though you take the man out of the country, you can't take the country out of the man. So we think that it's also important for us. We also it's fine for us to have some young Nigerians, some bright Nigerians who want to go and impact the world from outside of Nigeria. But with providing skills to a large number of people, it means more Nigerians can live in Nigeria, enjoy in Nigeria, build solutions for local companies and organizations in Nigeria, but also do that for global organizations as well.
Perfect, perfect. That was detailed enough, right? So I think then that would then drive me to my next question, right? So let's say I'm excited about, joining this program, understand what the program is about. How do I, be part of Cohort, right? Let's say if I apply at this point if I apply at this moment, I'm hearing about this opportunity and this program, do I automatically get into Cohort 3? Or there's a process for me to get to Cohort 3, or I have to wait for maybe Cohort 5, Cohort 4, Cohort 6, or if I apply at this moment, there's a possibility for me to, be part of the program. And if there's a possibility, what like, a perfect roadmap for me to like be part of Cohort 3?
No, great. Do you want me to take that as well?
Yeah, I think you and Aliyah could just like divide the whole.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Leah, you want to go first?
That works.
Yeah, sure. So I think that a good place to start is if you're watching us right now and you haven't applied, I think a good place to start is to go onto our website, 3MTT Nigeria, and sorry, 3mtt.nidda.government.ng, right? And apply. And I think that's the first and fundamental step, right? It's absolutely free, as Timothy and Francis have touched on. It's absolutely free. And then once you apply, you go on to our dashboard. So there's a 3MTT portal. And then, on the dashboard, you have a button there that says, that asks if you're ready to join cohort 3. And then you just click join cohort 3. Now, the process for us is simple, right? We need to be able to know that you are ready to actually take this journey. This is an absolutely free program. However, it requires a lot of dedication from you to actually go after the things that you want. This is because um, after you go through your online learning and you do things in our foundational courses, as well as our online learning platforms that we partner with, either Coursera or Udemy or even IHS Academy, right? Once you've gone through these foundational courses and you're able to pass, then you're now able to take an assessment as well. We need to have that understanding of your level and know how skilled you are so that we know what best to recommend to you. We currently have 12 tracks of learning on the 3MTT program. And each of these tracks have different levels of would I say difficulty, right? If you can call it that. But taking the program, you need to be sure that you're ready, which is why we have this assessment ready. Now, when it comes to joining cohort 3 and the future cohorts, right? So as you may know, each cohort is 12 weeks or 3 months, right? And you do your online learning self-paced. But the 3 months of physical learning is the 12 weeks of physical learning is with your applied learning cluster. So it doesn't matter the state you are. If we have an applied learning cluster in your local government, you will be assigned to those applied learning clusters. This way, you get to not just learn online, but you also learn when you go out and interact with other fellows. You have a dedicated tutor who would, take their time to give you like hands-on skills on the track that you have chosen. If you've chosen a track or that you feel like you want to change, there's a window for you to actually change that track. Maybe you want to try it out and test it after, and you say this isn't for you. And this is also important. This is one of the reasons why our assessment is important as well, right? Because we want you to know that, look, the course you're going into is something that actually matches your interests and your skill sets. Then um just also but we also know that like once you apply, you probably want to change your state, or you probably have like um a few um activities that will take you to a different state. We always give a window on the first 2 weeks, I think first week, before you even begin your applied learning cluster learnings. But it's very important that as you're listening to this, that you know what you want when you're coming into this program, right? If you sign up for the 3MTT, you have one shot at this, right? You sign up and you get the job done. You dedicate and invest your time and your energy into getting this knowledge, because this is something that has the capacity to change your life. And we've heard success stories from different fellows. We've heard feedback from different fellows as well. Some of them waited, they've been in our learning community, they had the opportunity to join cohort 2. And some of them were in cohort 3, they had been assigned to cohort 4, but we pulled them into cohort 2. And this opportunity is here for everyone. I hope that answers your question, Timothy. And I feel like, Francis, if you have some more to add, it would be great to hear your thoughts.
Yeah. I think that totally answered it. But while you were speaking, I just like went through the chats, and a particular question pop up, right? Which in return somehow connected to what you're saying. What if I'm currently in cohort 3? So I think there's a time when they release a batch for cohort 1, cohort 2, cohort 3, cohort 4, right? What if I'm already selected for cohort 3? do I have to go on my dashboard and take the assessment, or I have to click that, I want to be part of cohort 3, but I'm already assigned to cohort 3. What happens if I'm already assigned to cohort 3? I think this should go to Francis.
No, for sure. Yes, if you're in cohort 3 already, I think the way people should think about it is anybody who's in a cohort today, that means you're either in cohort 2, cohort 3, or cohort 4. Those cohorts and people were selected into those on February 29th at the beginning of the year, right? So as everybody would understand, when we selected people back then, and as you see, we're changing our model from a random selection model to a model where if people are ready to go into a cohort, they're able to go into a cohort. So everybody asking today, if you've registered before and you're not selected, you're able to get in now. However, you need to be very clear about the things that you need to do. And I think Aliyah's team has a fact sheet that the team would share via email and also via our social media channels for everyone to be aware of, right? If you are selected for cohort 3 and cohort 4, what we are doing now is we want to be sure you're ready, because this is a scholarship and this is a program that the government spend resources on to be able to make sure that Nigerians who are ready to take advantage of it are able to take advantage of it. So what we are doing now is to say, are you ready to start the program? If you are ready to start the program, we've created a simple amount of steps that you have to take to let us know that you are ready to start the program. Whether you have been selected in cohort 3 or cohort 4 before, or whether you're a new participant, or whether you're not even selected in cohort before. If you are ready, you go onto your dashboard and you will see a button there that says join the waitlist. And then a calendar has been shared. I think before the end of the week or early next week, you would have an assessment that is also going to be on your dashboard. The assessment is an assessment to be able to help us understand where you are in terms of your level today and where you are in your journey. But it also helps you, because when you go and take that assessment, if you wanted to do cybersecurity and you see the type of questions that they're asking in cybersecurity, perhaps you want to then question yourself and say, maybe I want to do something else. And you can take multiple assessments and select multiple courses, right? Also, you have the foundational learning. So we encourage all the fellows to take the foundational learning courses throughout December, right? So you wanted to do data analysis, you go into your foundational learning, which is the online courses section on your dashboard. You experience data analysis. If you're the kind of person that likes the kind of content you see and you think you still want to go ahead with that, then that's perfect. You can continue with your data analysis journey. However, if you think that this thing is too complex for me, or I don't like this thing, I thought I wanted to be a data analyst, but apparently this is not the kind of thing I want. I want to explore being a software engineer, or I want to explore cybersecurity, or I want to explore design, right? Then in that case, you then go and you take the foundational learning courses. So the foundational learning courses essentially allow you to understand what the kind of course you are choosing, the kind of content you would experience. Why is this important? It's important because when you get into the program, like Aliyah said, after week 1 or week 2, you would not be able to change your course. So if you went into a course that you did not like, or you do not have a prerequisite for, or you don't have a background on, it means that your probability of completing that course could potentially be affected. I want to be able to ensure that you take advantage of this opportunity. So think about all of these processes in terms of whether you're selected before, you're not selected. We want to give you as much information as possible to say, this is the course that you want to do. This is what the program requirements is. Make sure that you are aware of the program requirements and what will be required for you before you come into the program, right? To recap, the things that you need to do. If you have been selected today, or you have not been selected, or you're a new applicant, everybody can today, up until mid-December, go and apply and click the waitlist interest button. After you do that, from early next week, you would have the assessment on your dashboard. It is a requirement for you to complete that assessment for you to go into the program, right? While you're waiting for that assessment, you can interact with the foundational learning courses that you have on your dashboard in the resources section and the online content section. Those courses allow you to try to understand the kind of program you are going into, and you can decide to change your mind. So now is the time to decide to change your mind. You are free to do that. If you decide to change your mind, you can easily change your course and change in your profile section, right? However, if you decide that you want to continue with your course, you go and take your assessment. You take the assessment in that particular course, and then we'll then confirm. You would have a new update that says you are confirmed for cohort 3, right? So I think that's a potentially good summary to answer the question.
Yes, that was detailed. enough. Yeah, that was the enough. I think everyone can be able to understand how the whole process works. I think on that question I've seen on the charts, I think when Alea was talking around, talking about ALCs, right? Apply learning clusters, mentioned that if there's an available ALC in your area, in your local government, you will be, meshed, you will be assigned to it. So one question someone asked on the chat was, how do we know if we have an ALC in our local government, in our area? So do I have to move from my local government to attend a different local government, to go to the local government to attend for my ALC, or where can I just see the list of ALCs in my local government or in my states so I can figure out if this will work for me? I think this is Valia.
Yes, so to answer that question, right, we have a list of ALCs and we're actually updating that list. And this list will be shared with all fellows, right, or all registered people. So basically the idea is that currently we are in about 84 local governments, I think, across the country, and we have about one above 180 ALCs, right? We are working towards expanding this ALC list. So we're currently in the process of adding a lot more or new ALCs onto the list as well. So once that list is finalized, it will be shared with all fellows who have applied, or all who have applied to the program. Now, I think it's also clear to state here that if you've been selected for cohort 3 and we do not have an ALC in your local government, one of two things may happen. You may either be deferred to the next cohort until we're able to get an ALC. And I think it's important to let people understand that it is a numbers game, right? If there's only one person who is going to an ALC in, let's say I'm in Abuja, so if we say a village in Kuje Area Council, for instance, and we only have one person, one ALC there, we may not be able to take that ALC just because of the number of applicants from that area. So if you have a lot of people, or if you feel if you're able to get other people who can apply with you, and we can get quite a number of people in that ALC, then we would most likely be able to take on that ALC in that area. But if we have an ALC that is close, maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes away from your local government, you might most likely be posted to that local government. Now, for some people, we've gotten feedback to say, okay, yes, the distance, the ALC is far. Some people have had to defer and wait till the next cohort, right, until they are able to get an ALC in their area. Now, I think it's important for you to understand and for us to plead with the intending applicants to understand that even though you might not be in cohort 3, it doesn't mean that this is the end of your 3MTT journey, because we have learning community members, we have thousands of learning community members who are also currently on the wait list. And some people are patient enough to say, okay, there's no ALC in my local government. I will just keep taking on the courses and everything until it's time for us to start, or until it gets to my point or my period. And because we're going in a staged, even phased approach, we're expanding our capacity with every cohort, right? So cohort 3 right now, we're going for 90,000 people. Cohort 4, we're going for a larger amount. So there is going to be an avenue for you. Once you sign up to the 3MTT program and you are not selected immediately, it's not the end of your journey, right? Most likely, because I also see some questions. Someone had said in the chat that I think it's Ishaya Ashom, you mentioned you applied since the beginning, but you haven't been selected. If you've gone through your dashboard and you see that there's an issue and you've made a complaint, and it's most likely because we do not have an ALC in your location, right? But don't fret. Try again. Click your readiness for cohort 3 and take the assessment, right? You take the assessment, and then once the ALC list is shared, it should be shared in the coming week, once we are closing out with cohort 2 as well. That information will be given to you so that you're well prepared as well to know And yes, also the options for you to now decide what local government um you want to go for. So for instance, like there is an ALC in the local government close to you, but there's none in your own local government. If you're willing to take on the responsibility to make sure that every week you can make it to that ALC in the neighboring local governments, then why not? That option and that decision is yours, right? And we'll make that provision available for you to make that decision yourself. So it's just to make sure that like people are that option is clear. And yeah, I'm going to the chat and I'm seeing quite some questions as well. But I think Timothy, you can I'll push this back to you before I answer those questions.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Before we dive into the chat to ask a question there, I think there's just one final question I have from my own hand. I think this is directed to Francis. So yeah, core three, we should be starting physical classes should be starting hopefully by January. What should we expect for core three? What are various initiatives in core three? What are various things that will happen in cohort three? For cohort two, we saw knowledge showcase happening for people who are part of cohort two. For cohort two, we saw weekly fashion happening. Are those things still happening in cohort three, or they are not? What are various initiatives and various stuff we should expect for cohort three?
I think Cohort 3 will be very exciting for fellows. I think that Cohort 1 people, when Cohort 2 was announced, Cohort 1 people were, complaining that, what is it called? This Cohort 2 we enjoy more than them. And I think maybe the same thing would happen with Cohort 3 as well. So, and I think, when the minister set up the program, he set it up with the 1%, 10%, and 100% approach to say that we'll start with the prototype and then we'll do a pilot before we scale. So it means that even in the design of the program, their expectation was that as we do the first set of versions, we get better with it. It's almost as though in my school, for instance, in my secondary school, I was in the second ever set. You know that the first set, the second set, the third set, yeah, the ones that will collect the pass balls, and then the guys that follow you, they will enjoy it a little bit more. So I think Cohort 3 fellows would, enjoy from a lot of the learnings that we have. They would enjoy from the experience that our ALCs have, and they would enjoy from just the improved resources that we're able to bring to the program. All of the best things of Cohort 2 would stay in Cohort 3, and even better. The learning is going to be richer. The learning experience is going to be definitely richer. The weekly reflections are going to stay. We're going to get a lot more incentives for the fellows. The president is very excited about this program, and the minister and the president, are working very hard to ensure that more incentives are given to the active fellows in the program who deserve them. I think something that a lot of fellows will have noticed for 3MTT so far is when we started, everybody was asking for laptops. But now we can see that we created a culture where people know that they have to put in the work and they have to do something for them to get these incentives, which is what the attitude of a Nigerian should be. Our attitude as Nigerians shouldn't be for us to get free things. The attitude should be that we put in the work, and when we put in the work, we get rewarded for it. So as young people, we start to understand the importance of giving our best and putting in the work into making these things happen. We launched the Build with a Fellow at the end of Cohort 2, and I think that's going to be exciting going into Cohort 3 because it means that there's just going to be more incentives for fellows who want to build and who are looking to build. We are working on some very exciting things in terms of externships and internships for the fellows. We think that just sneak peek, by the end of Cohort 3, a lot more fellows, will get access to more externships or ability to be able to continue learning after the program, right, at scale. Because today we have fellows across the entire country, and I'm sure, as you all know, the amount of companies in Lagos is different from the amount of companies in some other states. Same thing with Abuja versus other states. And what we want to be able to get to the point is that regardless of where you are, you get access to as much opportunities as possible. So I think the best of Cohort 2 is going to remain, but even better, new things are going to come. That's what Cohort 3 fellows should expect.
Perfect. That's great. So with this, is from my hand. This is the end of me, asking questions. I'm going to the chat right now to pick up. Wow. Okay. The first one I have, I think anyone could answer this one. it's exciting to see that, what is staying in Cohort 2 will be in Cohort 3 and more stuff happening in Cohort 3. Can I reapply to be part of Cohort 3, even though I was in Cohort 2?
That's a good question. Officially, the answer is no. But what happens sometimes is some fellows have good reason for not being able to take advantage of the opportunity. And why is the answer no? The reason is that while this thing is free to the fellow and free to you as an individual, it costs the government a lot of money, right? The government, it believes, and the president and the minister believes in the potential of the Nigerian youth, and they think it's important for the government to invest into ensuring that Nigerian youth who are interested in building technical skills have the opportunity to be able to do so. So it costs the government money. So if you come into the program and you don't take advantage of the program, then that slot that could have gone to another young Nigerian who wants that slot, as you can see on the chat box with many people who have been interested in coming to the program seen before, they didn't get that slot because you were in the slot, and then you got into the program and you didn't take advantage of it, then it is irresponsible and it is not the right thing to do for you to now say that you're going to come into the new cohort. So the answer is no. However, in some critical instances where fellows have critical data to show that it was not due to their fault or due to their own negligence that they didn't get into the program and into the cohorts, then, those can be treated on a case-by-case basis. So I would say in that case, you can reach out to Timothy and the other community managers across the country if you fall into that category.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you very much for answering that. I think another question we have is
Into the
how
cohort,
many members of
then those can be treated on a case-by-case basis. So I would
Okay, so the question I have is, someone asked here, how many numbers of, courses on the foundational learning should I, do? Do I have to do the English for IT 1 and 2 and every other foundational learning course there? Or I could just do one and that'll be okay for me to be part of Core 3? I think, Aliyah.
So I think the way we are structured is there are core foundational courses that so in fact we had said that you can do at least 4 foundational courses and you are good, right? You can literally join you are eligible to join what's it called? You're eligible to join Core 3. We encourage people to do a lot more than that. If you're only seeing 2 on your dashboard, I think that's something that we um I have only 2. I can see that my I have only 2. How can I access the rest? I guess would have a look at that internally. I don't know, Francis, do you know about this?
do I know about which one?
Someone is saying that they only see 2 foundational courses on their platform. That's English
Yeah.
for IT 1 and 2.
We can check with the product team. Please check with the product team to confirm.
Yeah.
But I think the question was also if you have to do a certain number. So think of the foundational courses as something that is good for you, right? It's something that if you do today, ensures that you are enabled and you are equipped with the information to know which course you should go and take, right? If you do that well, it means that you're in a better path to ensuring that you succeed in the program. However, if you don't do it well, potentially you don't learn about the program, right? So I would say that there's no limits or there's no maximum and there's no minimum. However, we encourage all fellows to take those foundational courses, right? Again, learning is never lost, right? The learning that you take is going to be extremely useful for you as well. So take the foundational courses to prepare yourself ahead of the assessments, right? After you take the assessment and you get officially into Cohort 3, for the rest of December as well, you would have courses, more specific courses on your dashboard that you can interact with before the physical sessions starts in mid-January, right? So you can take the assessment and still continue the foundational courses. So you prepare yourself before you get into the world of 3MTT.
Okay, perfect. I think this would then link to a question Amarashi was asking. Do we have to get a certificate for these foundational courses you are learning and submit the certificate, or we just have learn and use the personal knowledge to take the assessment? And if we are to get a certificate for this these very foundational courses. She was saying one of them requires to pay $40 for her to get a certificate and also um submit the reward form.
All foundational courses are free. There is a place that you should be able to, especially depending if you're using Coursera, there should be a place that you can audit the course and I believe get your certificates. We've had this issue before with some fellows who state that like it's asking them to pay and it shouldn't actually. So there's the general asking you to pay. That's because like there are people who have to pay for Coursera, right? So if you're having an issue with that, please reach out to 3MTT support for us to be able to assist you on that. And then you had asked a question before this, Timothy, please, can you repeat it?
Give me a minute. I think I kind of like missed that. I think what I was asking was around foundational learning. If it was just English for IT1, IT2, but I think Francis, answered that saying you will be able to take as much courses you want to take. There's no minimum, there's no maximum. Just have to have enough knowledge for you to be able
Yeah,
to pass through
yeah.
assessments.
I think to reiterate, because I see a lot of questions still coming up about this foundational courses thing. It's very important that you also know that like finishing your foundational courses are very, very important. It's very important for you. Yes, getting certificates is important, but there are multiple steps for you to actually be a part of cohort 3. First of all, go onto your 3MTT dashboard. If you have not already, show your and indicate your readiness. There's a button on your dashboard that says, are you ready for cohort 3? And then you click and it automatically adds you to the wait list. Then you go ahead to finish your foundational courses. These are self-paced, of course. You're also very much invited to finish your IHS Academy courses. I see someone has completed all 9 courses. Kudos to you, Testament. But it's very important that you are aware that you finish those foundational courses as well as any other courses that are on your dashboard. Then you also take the assessments. The assessments will be shared and sent out as a email and text message to everyone to go onto their platform, their dashboard to actually take. It's important that you take this assessment, right, for you to actually be a part of cohort 3. And then you will confirm. So while this assessment is shared out, you would also confirm if there is an ALC being applied learning cluster or training centers within your community that or close to you where you stay that you can actually go to for your physical learning. If you cannot find an ALC close to you, then you may have to be deferred to the next cohort. This is because we currently do not have an ALC that can take the course that you've selected, and as such, we cannot, take you in right now. But it doesn't mean that this is the end of your 3MTT journey. We have a lot of people who are in our learning community who are very much active and engaged in the 3MTT program as much as people who are already who are fellows themselves. So do not feel put behind, do not feel left behind. I think it's very important to that. And then Shadrach is asking if after completing the foundational courses, do you need to build a project before being selected? No, you don't need to build any project before being selected. Just go through the processes on your dashboard and then you will be selected for cohort 3 once we have confirmed your eligibility. Yes, I think these this is just a clear way of you understanding the steps that need to be taken for you to be part of cohort 3.
Awesome, perfect. So while scrolling through the chat, I saw an interesting question. Someone asks, what's the age bracket for me to be part of the program? Is there a minimum age and is there a maximum age for me to be part of the program? Francis.
The minimum age is 18. In an ideal world. We do have quite a number of university students, so we have some fellows going under 18. We just always advise that, it's 18. The minimum requirement for you to be a part of the program is that you have to be a Nigerian and that you have to have a valid identity. So you have to have a BVN or a valid NIN, right? We do not have an upper range. However, a large majority of our fellows are within the 18 to 35 years old range.
Okay, perfect. I think there's one final one. Someone said they have been seeing IHS on the dashboard. Is taking an IHS course be able to get a mathematical entry to cohort 3, or they should ignore the IHS courses on the dashboard?
Oh no, please. First off, yes, you should take the IHS courses. It is this is additional knowledge to you. You can finish it. I think it's about 12 hours in total. And if you do 2 hours a day, you can finish it in a week, right? But it's not an automatic entry. Like I said, there are specific requirements and eligibility for you to be like criteria for you to be eligible for cohort 3. However, any course you see on your dashboard, take it. It will help you in the long run when you are physically in your ALCs and you have to interact with other people who have taken these courses, right? In fact, there are some people who they've done all these courses and they've started their career already in tech, right? Like there was one feedback. Someone is like, just the knowledge from all their foundational and their like the courses on their dashboard without even starting has put them on a track where they're even self-learning already. So it is very, very valuable information that you need to actually go ahead. And by the way, like the IHS licenses are literally like expiring on the 20th of December. So if you miss it now, you are missing it for good, right? You probably will not have access to it again. So take advantage of it. And I think it's very important to reiterate that like a lot of people need to understand that 3MTT might not be something that would stay forever. It is a project that, you know, has a goal, and even the way we're administering it now is going to probably be different in the next few years, right? Once we attain our goal. So now that you have this access, this direct access to free knowledge, take it and take it by the neck, right? Yes, so it's very important that like you are aware of this. And while we're talking about IHS, I see someone talking about DBN as well. For the DBN sponsored courses, it is also for if you're interested in becoming an entrepreneur, right? That is further learning for you to even go on to you take the learnings, you take the courses, you get access. If you finish all 4 courses, you get access to certain incentives, right? So you need to just be dedicated to finishing the work, right? We have many opportunities within the 3MTT ecosystem that even before you get into your physical learning and your applied learning, if you take advantage and you keep your eyes and ears open, you would have access to so much resources and knowledge that so many people don't. And if you have more questions, it's important for you to join. So go onto your dashboard and also join your learning communities. It is Telegram groups that allows you to stay updated and connect with your community managers, right? You have access to your community managers who will assist you in any of the issues that you have. You also have access to 3MTT support that will assist you in answering these questions. And you can also check on our knowledge base, right? We have a lot of these questions that you're asking have already been answered. So it's important for you to actually like check these things, right? Just read, go on and explore the platform as much as you can. You get access to all the information you need.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you very much for that deep dive into the whole process. I think everything you and Francis have said has, answered every question that has been asked on the chat, and also even people keep asking. I think one thing we should note why on this call is to understand that if you're just joining in and you're asking some question, don't worry. You could just, at the end of this call, you could go back to watch the recording and you could just, understand how the process work. Or you could also go check out the 3MT knowledge base where you could be able to see frequently asked questions and also the answers to those questions. So I think we have like an ad stop for 5 p.m. So I think if there's no more question, we'll share the link for you to apply on the chats before the end of the course. So you will be able to like, apply if you want to. Okay, then I think we could move into like final words. So hi Francis, back to you again. So what are some words of inspiration you love to share with incoming Cohort 3 participant fellows? Yeah, let me use the word fellows. To Cohort 3 fellows, what are words of inspiration, encouragement, and ways to like get up to speed and say what's up, this Cohort 3. I think this work will like guide you through as you begin this journey into entity.
I think that in my years at CC Hub and in the past decade of being in the technology ecosystem, I have seen so many people who had zero background in technology, in some cases zero initial interest in technology, and through opportunities like this, they get to learn about technology and they commit themselves to building capacity and finding a career in technology. And finding a career in technology wouldn't always be technical. There will be many fellows who would come in. Many of you want to become software developers, but you eventually become, operations managers, or you eventually become business development experts within technology because of what you learn about software. So I think, we have to be aware of the fact that that is flexible. However, the path to and the journey to becoming great and so unleashing your potential and becoming the best you can be in the technology sector and the technology enabled sector begins with a step. What 3MTT is doing is giving you that step. We want to be able to make it easy for you to begin. The government, the president, the minister, this administration is passionate about providing opportunities to young Nigerians, and we're making that a reality. We want to be able to give you the opportunity to do this without the barriers you would typically have. You get access to world-class online content. You get access to some of the best organizations in Nigeria supporting the development of technical talents. You get access to some of the world's best mentors, people who are accomplished in their fields. You get access to step into this new world and step into these new opportunities. And the question is, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to be like the person who, got access and then is asking if they can be a part of the next cohort? Or are you going to put in your very best and say that this is an opportunity to potentially transform the trajectory of my life? This is an opportunity to potentially increase my capacity as a person if you already have a job or if you're already in work. It's an opportunity for you to potentially catalyze your growth as an individual and to be able to affect your communities. It's an opportunity for you to be able to build solutions locally to solve Nigeria's problems, and also opportunity for you to become a global citizen by supporting organizations and working with organizations across the world, whether you're living in Nigeria, which we would like to go prefer because it's important for us to build a country that we all want to live in. But if you decide to emigrate into other countries as well, this gives you the opportunity to be able to do so. So whatever dream you have, your dream is valid. But not only is your dream valid, your dream is possible because 3MTT is going to remove the barriers that you would traditionally have in making that possible. So take advantage of this opportunity. Join the Telegram groups if you're not in the Telegram groups. We have excellent community managers who spend a lot of their time, a lot of effort in supporting, young Nigerians across the country. Take advantage of whatever it is. Reach out to us on social media if you have any issues. Reach out on the Telegram groups. But take advantage of this opportunity. And I look forward to seeing you on the other side of greatness. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Personally, I'm very inspired to be part of Cohort 3. So yeah.
Please don't forget to drop the link in the chat box so that everyone can have access to it.
Yeah, we do that. So Alea, any final words?
Yes. So I think for me is a lot of things Francis has said, I agree with him 100%. The world is turning a lot more into the tech direction, and like Francis started, we have one of the youngest populations in the world right now, and it means that there's so much advantage for you if you're ready to take this serious, right? So it's very important that we come to this with an open mind and a growth mindset, and we apply ourselves in a way that, like, this is for you, this is not for anybody else. And if you're able to actually apply yourself, you are not just going to be getting opportunities or positioning yourself for your own growth, but you're going to be changing the trajectory of your families and the people around you just because you have put yourself and applied yourself into an opportunity like this. So I agree, do not take this for granted. And we're here to help. Now, there are a lot of questions here, and we all obviously cannot answer all of them, but we're saying that if you have other questions, reach out to us through our social media platforms, send a tweet, send an Instagram message, or rather a LinkedIn message, and reach out to our support team. We would respond. And then community managers, your easiest bet is joining the learning communities and actually talking to the community managers directly. You would find that even other fellows within the communities will be able to have answers for you. So yes, it's a community effort, and it's important to lean on that community so that you are able to grow. Thank you.
Thank you very much for these words. Okay. Just wanted to share the link on the chat so anyone can go apply if you have not done that. Thank you very much, Francis, for spending close to an hour with us, and Suelia for breaking down what expect for Cohort 3, how to signify interest, be part of the program. There's so many exciting updates and stuff that'll be happening in Cohort 3. And also noting that, either if you haven't selected for Cohort 3 or for Cohort 4, or if you haven't in the learning community, you can be part of Cohort 3 if you go through the amazing step that has been talked about on this call. And again, just to reiterate, if you're just joining in, please do go back and watch this particular video. It's been recorded, so again, you can go back and start from the beginning and just rewatch. If you kind of like miss it at some points, you can always rewatch this video, and also go check out the knowledge base if you have any question. And as Alea noted at the beginning, that the learning community will be a big resource for you, right? Just go on Telegram. I think you could even search for 3MTT Nigeria and Telegram and definitely see the channel itself, right? You could just go and join in and pick up conversation from there and get your question answered by other fellows and learning community members, and also even community managers who are there to answer questions you have. Let me give a last look at our chat and see if there's any question that's different and ask. But if there's none, I think we could just call it a day. Okay, 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 okay. Awesome. I think every question has been asked, and also the link to apply for the program is already pinned on chat. So feel free to share with your friends, share with your network. Like Aliyah said, if you feel like you're in local government that may not have an LLC, the best bet for you to have one in your local government is to get a lot of people apply in that particular local government. And again, that might be that would be a great chance for you to have an LLC in that location. And in the coming weeks, we'll be sharing the list of places who have an LLC. So if you want to change the local government, or feel like a particular local government is a close proximity to where you are, again, that would be great for you to do. Then also the courses on the dashboard, you are free to take those courses and also do your assignments from now. Your assessment, which should be coming up in the coming weeks. Now the mid December, like Francis said, you have an opportunity for you to do that. Give me a minute. Awesome. So yeah, I think there's one that have been popping up. I think I kind of like miss. Pardon me. How does the structure for learning an ALC works? Do I have to doing it full time, or is an hybrid approach, or it's just like coming in once in a week, or I have to like go there from Monday to Friday? How does the OLC arrangement works? Francis.
I think Leah wanted to go.
Okay, so I think someone is asked. Okay, Alia. Oh, awesome.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so for ALCs, right? It's ideally once a week, every week for 12 weeks, right? Depending on your states or and your local government, different ALCs have their meetings at different days of the week. So you just need to know and align yourself. So if you are somebody who works, you might need to take that day off to probably go to your ALCs, right? Most of the ALCs tend to have theirs during the weekends or closer to the weekends. But yes, typically once a week. So you might not need to, there's definitely, it's not a 9 to 5 thing, and um you don't need to take 12 weeks off work completely to focus on it. It's self-paced, but you physically need to do that, and you need to do your assignments and submit. They all grade your assignments and submit it. You also, attendance is very important as well. We require a certain percentage, 50% attendance, right? So you need to attend. And then assessment, you need at least 50. If not, you're not going to graduate, right? So you can go through the full program, but you probably not graduate, but you would have the training. So yeah.
Awesome. I think that's the end for this EMA session today. Thank you everyone for joining us and spending the past 1 hour listening to us talk about what to expect for Cohort 3 and what Cohort 3 is all about. If you're here to register, the best bet is for you to register now, 3mtt.nida.gov.ng. You could click on that link and even find more information about the program and also apply. You could join the community. If you have any question, feel free to tweet at us and also ask in your various learning community. This is 5 p.m. Since I'm 2 minutes ahead of my time, but yeah, this means it's 5 p.m. I'm the moderator, so I choose to declare the time. It's 5 p.m. This is 5 p.m. and it's a wrap for us here at the team. I look forward to see everyone joining in for Cohort 3 and see the excitement that will happen and see how you all grow in your career from maybe in the beginning, from a beginner stage to an intermediate stage, or even maybe you already have a prior experience. You just like need this training to buffer buffer your experience and also one way or the other increase your learning, right, and your growth in your career. So thank you once again for joining us. Thank you, Francis, for spending our time here. Thank you, Aliyah, for joining. It was great having this conversation with you. And see everyone right now on the call on Telegram channel. Please do it join the Telegram channel. You'll be getting up-to-date information, right? Even if you want to that miss it on May, you'll definitely be updated on Telegram. Also be updated on our Twitter and do every announcement and every update that happening in the program will always be tweeted. So don't worry. I think the best way for you to also get information is for you to follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram. You'll be updated as things develop. Yeah, I think there's no new question. Bye everyone. Bye Francis. Bye Leah for joining us.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much. See everyone soon. Bye.
Bye.